everybody, welcome back to our latest video. Tonight we're cooking country fried chicken, which is a good home alternative for our well-known fast food brand, whose name I'm not going to mention, but we all know who it is. So tonight we have already prepared, we've got chicken breast and chicken legs. We've cut our chicken breasts into portions around roughly about this size because they're pretty big, and the smaller the portions they're going to cook quicker. You can use a few things to cook this. We have our wok over here, which is used to cook Asian cuisine, and we're going to turn it up to the highest heat. We also have our fry pan on the stove. If you're going to use a fry pan on the stove, you've got to be very careful and watch it like a hawk, because we don't want any fat going onto the stove and starting a fat fire. So first, to start off with, we will make our batter. So we're going to have flour. Just got our white flour, plain flour here. It might look like a lot so far, but we actually have to split this in half to put in our bag here for our process, which we'll find out what that is shortly. So we start off by putting some chili in. So here's our chili. Grounded chili, so it's not chili flakes, it's grounded. So I usually use the top of the cap. So depending on how much chili, or really the chili depends on how much your family likes chili. My mother doesn't really like chili too much, so we won't add a major amount in. But it depends. You can add more for more flavour and more spice if it comes out of the bottle. It's stuck. Close that and shake it up a bit. That's one. So I'll probably put about 3 in. 2 and 3. As I said, you put more, it just depends on if your family likes chili or not, or if you've got someone in your family who doesn't like chili. Next we have parsley flakes. So that's probably a good amount. The whole bottle, the rest of the bottle here is probably what we'll put in. And we have thyme. So we put 2 or 3 of them in. There's 1. There's 2. We'll just probably put 2 in there. We also have our onion powder. Now make sure it's onion powder. We don't want onion flakes. We want onion powder. So we'll put about 3 of them in as well. So there's 1, 2. I think just the way they process the jars, sometimes things are a bit hesitant to come out. And there's our 3rd. And we also have chicken salt. So it's going to break the seal. And we're going to put a fair amount in there, because ours is coming out of this. You usually roughly put about the same amount of chili you put in. If I can pull this off. Again, that's helpful. So we'll just pour that in. That's enough. Now it won't close, we'll just put it over there now. So we're going to just use a spoon to mix it all in. Make sure you mix it in all throughout the flour. You should be able to see the colour come through when it's being mixed. Also, we haven't finished adding everything in yet, because we also need to add some salt and pepper. So just add a few shakes of that in. And the same for the pepper. It doesn't matter if it's white or black pepper. Pepper's pepper in this case. And then we just mix that in as well. What I might do is I might add a bit more chilli in. I just won't let Mum know. We'll just add a bit more in. You might get a bit, you know, pepper and all that playing with your sinuses might play up a bit. So we'll just put half of that in. So we've got 3.5 in there. But as I said, if your family likes chili, you can go crazy with it as much as you want to put in. So there is our batter. Now we have to put some of this into our freezer bag. You can also use lunch bags, any bag that will not break if you put milk or wet substance in, because it does get a little messy when we make this. So we've got some up in there, you see. And we've got some in our bag. Now if you need to make more, you can make more. Just depends on how much chicken you're doing. Okay, so we've got 2 baking trays here. This one over here is to prepare it, because first, before anything happens, there's a process, and I've set them up in a line of the process that goes into. But first, we'll take a couple tablespoons of butter and put them into here, and we'll put some milk with it, and we'll melt the butter before we add the milk, and we'll make a buttermilk. You can also buy this from the supermarket probably, but it's just not too hard. This works as well. So we'll just put the butter in. So that's probably enough butter we've got there. So we'll just put it on the stove. We only just need to melt it. We don't need it to cook or anything. We're just going to light that up. It shouldn't take too long to melt. So we're just going to get all the butter has to be melted, or 98% of it. Then we'll just add our milk. Today we're going to be using regular oil, like vegetable oil today, but the preferred oil that I prefer is peanut oil, because it actually drains out of the chicken where the rest of the oils stay in a bit. The only reason we haven't got pepper oil today is because our local supermarket didn't have any peanut oil, so that's why we're not using it to cook. But if you're going to cook this chicken, that is the best type of oil you can use. It's a bit pricey, but you can definitely tell the difference between the oils. The chicken is a lot less oily with the peanut oil. So butter's melted there, saying so I'll turn that off. Just set it over here, and I'll just grab the milk. Doesn't matter how much you put in, but we'll just put up only a bit in. So that's how much we're going to put in. This will cool it down too, because you actually need to dunk the chicken into this. So while we're letting that cool down a bit, we're going to come back over here, and we're going to grab some eggs, because we're going to need eggs for this as well. I'm going to leave the carton out because sometimes you actually need more in there. A little bit of spice has gone in the bowl, but that's not a big deal. As I said, it does get a bit messy. Probably put around 4 eggs in here for the meantime. This isn't a quick and easy meal to make. It is a bit time consuming, but the time and effort you put into it is worth it, because it tastes absolutely delicious. And it's something the whole family will love. So there are these. I should have got a fork. I'm just going to grab a fork. Just wait, bear with me. Got a fork. We're just going to just gently sort of whisk them together. So that's probably enough. What you want. So then I go grab this over, pour it over here. Get everything out of the way, 'cause it still might be a bit hot on the bottom. I'm just going to stir that a bit. So with our chicken, what we start off by doing is we grab it, and we put it in here, in this baking tray here. We're going to make sure there's no space left in the baking tray. So I'll put as much chicken in there as possible. And what we do is we actually grab our salt and pepper again, and we season the chicken. So we just get the pepper now. You don't have to put it on sparingly, you put as much as you want on. Now we just turn it over and repeat, because it's got to be done on both sides of the chicken. So I just grab the salt again. And the pepper. This might make you sneeze a few times too, because a bit on the nose with the pepper, trying to make me sneeze. So what we do, the first thing that we do is we grab the chicken, see it's been seasoned on both sides. We just quickly dunk it in there, just very quickly, it doesn't need to soak in there. And we pop it in the bag. What I usually do is I get them all in there, but for this I'm just going to do one piece for now. So we just shake it. And we've got to find it. Where is it? Here it is. So it's pretty well coated with the flour there. And we just dunk it in our egg, because that's going to bind it to the next lot of flour. That's why I wanted to split it in two. So this is the outside of our chicken. This is what you'll see first. And there's our first piece done. Now I'm going to repeat the process. You repeat it till all the chicken's gone. I'm just going to show you again. So, the chicken, as I said before, seasoned on both sides. Your hands do get a little dirty. So you just dunk it in there very quickly. Chuck it in the bag. You will end up with a very, very messy kitchen, so it's probably better to clean up as things are cooking rather than wait till the end, because you'll be buggered. And there we go. So this is pretty evenly floured as well. You might get a bit of flour on the bench and on the floor. If you've got children, they can help and they can learn, or you can just get them to clean up a bit of the mess. But it's something they'll like. And if you tell them you're making country fried chicken, I'm pretty sure they'll be hanging around your ankles waiting for some. So there's our second chicken. So we'll be back when we've battered all of them. Welcome back everybody. We've battered our chicken breasts. We still have our chicken legs to go, and I'll repeat the process for you again. What we're going to do is going to light up this now and get it hot, because we can start cooking our chicken breasts while we're waiting for our chicken legs. Where is it? It's over here. I've got it. So we'll just light that high jet. We'll just put it up here. Now when you're cooking chicken, you can either use one of these, which is a thermometer, which it says here that turkey, which is poultry, fresh turkey, which we'll just use the same for the chicken, has to be 82 degrees to be cooked, but we might leave it in for a little bit longer so it's a little bit hotter, because the last thing we want is bacteria in the chicken and the chicken not being cooked enough and people getting sick. Or you can just do it the old-fashioned way and just cut open the chicken and have a look inside. I prefer the old-fashioned way, because then you can actually confirm that it's cooked. I'm just a little paranoid when it comes to chicken. So we've heated this up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to quickly show you the process with a couple of drumsticks very shortly. But first of all, we're going to actually grab our tongs. Make sure they're not rubber tongs, because you don't want anything to slip and fall. So we'll just take this over to our wok, which we turned on at the start of the video, if you remember. Somewhere. So this oil is hot, so you have to be very careful when putting it in, because this chicken is still cold. Now as I said, remember at the start of the video, I said peanut oil is the best oil to use, although our local supermarket didn't have any. But if you're going to use oil, use that oil. It might be a little bit more pricey, but there's no oil left inside the chicken like there is with the other ones. We'll just start these off. Now, while you're doing that, while these are put in here, let this start put it up in here, I don't put too much in. Because that's not hot enough there yet, so let's get this back over here. And we're going to pop on our lid on our wok. Now we just have to keep an eye on this as it's cooking. We've got to watch this too. But now we're going to get back to our chicken drumsticks. So we've got the chicken drumsticks here. It's basically the same process. It is the same process as the chicken breast was. So grab our salt. Give a decent amount of salt on each of the legs. And then we grab our pepper. Now we turn it over. And grab our salt and repeat this process on the other side of the chicken. So that is the first step done. I did have to put more egg in because the chicken breast used the egg I had in there. So I put another 4 eggs in there and I mixed up a bit more of the batter. And I've changed the bag because it's a bit dirty and slippery and slimy from all the egg and milk and all that. So as I said, we just dip this in here quickly, which is our buttermilk that we made. And we just shake it up inside the bag. See if it's coated properly as well. It's coated the whole lot of chicken. We just dip that in the egg. Now the chicken does actually use a lot of egg when you dip it into it. But that, you know, you make sure you got plenty of eggs to do this and everything else, because it's likely that you will actually have to put more than 4 eggs in and make another batch of batter, depending on how much chicken. We just go all out when we have food. So I'll just repeat the process. So we've got our seasoned chicken here with a little salt and pepper. I'll just pop it in there. Just pop it in here. Just shake it. Make sure it's covered properly and evenly. As I said, it does get messy. It's already started after the first bit of chicken. Just start that out. We'll just check to make sure it's floured. There it is. And again, we just, if it fits, sort of dunk it in there. Okay, that's not going to fit. So just grab it with our hand. A big piece of chicken. It's not going to fit in the bowl. There we go. Now back into the second lot of flour here. And don't forget to keep an eye on the stuff you're already cooking. And this oil we have here. Now it wouldn't be cooked yet, but we might just give it a quick turn in a minute after. I'm going to put this in here and grab these tongs. Now, I should probably wash my hands first. So again, we have a hot sink of water to clean up as we go when we don't need things anymore. We haven't really washed anything yet because we still need all of it. So when we're done with the eggs and all that, we'll wash the bowl out and pop it away while everything's still cooking, because there's not much you can do while you're waiting for it. And I said it'll be pretty buggered by the end of the video because it's a time-consuming meal to make, but everyone will like it. So make sure we don't all that stuff out underneath the nails and stuff. Now this wok does get very hot, so we just have to keep an eye on it. And we'll put it on the highest heat. Let's take this off right there. I'm just going to put it on the bench over here. There's a bit of flour on there. So as you can see, it's already starting to look like the brand we all know and love. Whoops. So you don't want accidents like that happening on the stove, so you have to be careful. We're lucky that wasn't near a flame, so just be extra careful when turning the chicken. So they might look cooked on the outside, but the inside is still very, very raw. So put the lid back on. And this other fry pan is hot enough. Chuck some chicken in now. We're going to put the first bit of the chicken drumsticks in so you can see them cooking as well. As I said, very, very, very careful. You don't have a lid for the fry pan, but you've got to be very careful. If you feel like you want to turn it down, you can. Be very, very careful. If you want to turn it down, you can. It'll just take longer to cook. Put it on the drumstick. And I think there might be room for a small chicken piece here. So we'll just pop that in there too. It smells nice. I mean, you can't smell it, but we can, and it smells good. Well, seeing as this is a more dangerous situation to cook, you might see if we can just remove this. Let's put it on here. That's going to work. There we go. Because they don't want to spin all over the stove. You're going to have to quickly turn it now. Now these are looking pretty good. You might just grab our thermometer and put it in there. As you see, they're probably not really, I don't expect them to be cooked yet. It's too quick. So they're not even on the radar yet, so they're definitely not cooked. But the outside is cooked, but you see the pieces coming out, so it's definitely not cooked. You want to make sure with chicken that everything is cooked perfectly. So there's no, blood or anything like that, because you don't want to get sick from food poisoning due to raw poultry, because it wouldn't be very nice. Now let me back to this. You're going to just quickly grab these ones. Put that in there. But this is a great recipe. I mean, it's nice. And the effort that goes into the meal, it's worthwhile because it's just a good feed. Seeing as we're just repeating the process, we might come back here when our first piece of chicken is cooked. Welcome back everybody, we've cooked all our chicken. We're having chips with ours and the deep fry's on at the moment, but it's not about the chips. What you're here to learn about is the chicken. So here we have it, this is our country fried chicken. And what you would want to note is that the stuff with the wok, which we've cooked the chicken in, and the fry pan on the stove, is still very, very hot, too hot to discard. So if you have children or toddlers, make sure that it's out of their way and out of their reach, and they know not to touch it. But there we have it, our country fried chicken. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.